Powered by Riverside FM.
Powered by Riverside.
What I'm trying to say is that if I can change,
Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменился
and
сегодня.
you can change,
Вы можете измениться.
everybody can change.
Каждый может измениться.
You're listening to WildFireRadio.com presents the Jerry Torres program. No bad news, no sad news, no politics, no religion, just happy fun stuff. And now, here's your host, Jerry Torres.
Five-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy and Tits McGee.
Now go do that voodoo that you do so well.
Access granted.
What, really? I could get in?
Access denied.
Why? Come on, baby, you can change your mind. I'll buy you a car.
Access granted.
Oh my God. Hey everyone, welcome to what the hell's going on? Hold on, man. My microphone up. Hello. Okay, but if I turn this up, it'll get reverb. Hello. Okay, there. See? I gotta keep that down, this up. Oh my God. Sounds familiar. Anyway. Oh my God. Yeah. So they had that Android at the White House yesterday. It would have been so cool if that thing just like went Terminator mode, must kill everyone in room. Oh my God, I would have loved it. Oh man. But besides all that, yeah, I figured I'd get on early today just to get it out of the way, man. What the hell's up with my thing here? Hold on. I rename check. I'm getting, oh my God, half of my sound effects. Wait, okay, they're still up here. All right. Oh my Lord. I'm like pretty much upgrading my system right now to make it sound better than ever and wonderful than ever. So anyway, yeah, so this morning I didn't do much. Just folded my laundry, went to get my hair cut, and then I came home and I was like, damn, I did everything. I did everything. Cleaned, did laundry, took a dump. Yeah, then after that, I mean, I figured, what is there to do? Should I just? I listened to the President Steve show, which I'm so effing glad that they're back, and I figured, you know what? Screw it. Let me just do my podcast early. Just get it out of the way, which I did, which I'm doing right now. So I'm here, and I'm just like, all right. I mean, listen, I have to. Oh, okay, God, man. Talk about I was yawning, man. I listen. I don't know if I should take what. Oh my God! You want to talk about a delay in my system? Listen, I don't know if I want to drink coffee or drink my energy drink. I might have to because Daredevil and Invincible are back, and I was watching the first episode of Daredevil. Wow. I loved it. I loved it, man. I was like, yes. So far, so good. And pretty much it's violent, it's graphic, it's realism and fighting. And the Punisher is in it. You can easily tell. I ain't going to give away the ending. But damn it, dude. I was loving it from beginning to end. I was like, come on, man. Have another episode up. No, one episode a week. And I was watching the first episode of Invincible season 4, which I did like, and it's building up. It's building up to where it's going to go. So I was like, all right, I'll wait. a friend of mine from work got me into watching Invincible, and at first I was like, ain't gonna watch it, ain't into it. But then after when I saw the first episode where it was like so damn violent, I was like, hey, this is not bad. I was like, So I started watching it and I'm glued. I think this is the season finale of it. But yeah. So I'm watching it, I'm enjoying it. Damn it. I knew I should have drank an energy drink. But you know what? I will later on. All I got is right now my wait a minute. Oh my goody goo goo. It is my 7 Up. Wait, do I have drink sound effects? Drinks. No. Wait, drinks? No. And let me see here. Glass. Let's try glass. No, no glass here. Oh, wine. There you go, wine. All right, this is close enough.
Make me a sandwich.
Yeah, that was close. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm gonna drink. I got plenty of liquid in there. Shoot. Oh my god. So far, Invincible was good, and Daredevil was freaking awesome, especially the first episode and the ending scene. Wow. I mean, it was just you kind of guess you're thinking he's going to get help, and he is getting help. But we'll see where it goes from here, man. Because so far, Invincible and Daredevil are right on target. Because nowadays, there's too many effing shows that are like ridiculous. I'm not a fan of NCIS. I'm not a fan of CIA and FBI. I'm not a fan of Law and Order. All bullshit storylines, man. You're like, come on, reel up, make it real. Like prime example. Hold on. Where's my? Here it is. Hold on, man. Oh my god. Oh, my nose. Okay. Like I was watching an episode of FBI one time and I was bored. It was cold and rainy. I was like, man, there's nothing to watch. I did everything. So I was watching an episode of FBI. On that episode, I saw where there was this Russian delegate that was assassinated, right? And his 2 bodyguards were assassinated. And next thing you know, these FBI agents dressed up as X-Men come out and they're doing their investigation. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, first of all, when there is some type of event like that, especially of someone of a high rank, let's say like a Russian delegate, whatever, there's like massive amounts of people. Number one, police have everything and everywhere blocked. And you're talking about from FBI, CIA, local law enforcement, even down to Walmart security, doing their full investigation. And when I saw this episode, I was like, wow, 6 people, 2 cop cars, and that's it. In my head, I'm like, oh my God, this is so stupid. And I just changed the channel. It was ridiculous, man. NCIS is another stupid show that I asked. Oh yeah, what's that other one? Oh my God, NCIS, NIC, whatever. CSI. Yes, that's another show that I hate. Oh God, there were so many episodes that were so stupid. I can't remember one that I watched, but it was so ridiculous. I was like, okay, this is dumb. I am not watching this anymore. But when it comes to Daredevil, I was like, whoa. Arms actually being broken, people actually getting shot, corruption, how it really works. And then again, I'm saying someone's writing and writing it right. And I'm glued. I'm like, yes, this is what gets me. When it comes to those other shows, FBI, CIA, CSI, NCIS, DICK, TIT, it's like Pussy. It's like I really cannot stand those shows anymore because they're so out of the line. Okay, like I think I said this in a previous podcast show. I have a friend of mine who is an actual law enforcement. We've been childhood friends, and to this day we remain friends. But he used to be a police officer in New Jersey, and the one thing he told me, like when you're a cop, especially at a detective level, like Gold Shield or Silver Shield, I forgot the shield. He goes, there's some districts that will pay you 10 times more. Like prime example, I live in Burlington Township. Okay, so you're a detective in Burlington Township. All right. All of a sudden, not Trenton. I'll go with let me see. Oh my God, what did I do? Like Willingboro Township. Okay, and Willingboro Township say, hey, you've been working Burlington Town. No, wait a minute. Oh my God. God, I gotta look at Burlington County. Oh God, let me go back. Counties in New Jersey. There you go. All right. So there's over 21 counties, and he goes, and states, many states have different counties, which is true. Duh, right? So say like, and again, I live in Burlington, New Jersey. I live in a small town called Mount Holly, and so say like you're a detective in Mount Holly Township, right? And then one day you get a call, you're doing a great job for 5 years. All of a sudden you want to transfer, or you find out that, say, from Burlington County, say a township like Cape May or Atlantic or Monmouth County. Great example. So you get a call and say, hey, you've been a detective for like for 10 years in that township. If you come work for our township, we'll offer you 10 times more than what you get paid. He's like, what? Oh, I'm there. So he told me how much he gets paid. He gets paid six figures, like $120,000 a year, which is not bad. But he said, like, if Cumberland Township calls me and it's like, hey, we'll pay you an extra 70 grand. It's like, for what? Well, we love your skills. We can use a guy like you in our area. Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, bam. Hey, guys, I got I'm transferring up here. Bing, bang, boom, I'm out. Sometimes they'll give you 6 months to a year, you know what I mean, to, get things settled, sell things, and then you can just move up there. It's not like an overnight thing from what I hear, unless like it's close by, like if you're a cop in Mount Holly and they need a cop in Willingboro, no problem. I'm like no less than 5 minutes away from Willingboro Township. So yeah, detectives, and depending on the rank of your officership, I guess you can say, you can get pretty good, like 75 grand a year more, depending on your status of how long you've been in law enforcement. So one day, he hates these shows too because he's a homicide detective. He was for a while, and then now he's doing like drugs and fraud kind of thing. I have no idea, but anyway, one day his wife is so into these shows, and he told me a story that he refuses to watch them, right? And sometimes they have these guys that were former law enforcement lawyers or doctors. They're there to teach him the right way to do it. So he was watching an episode. I forgot what the episode was about, but it was about some type of murder, and the body was like exposed. And you see people behind the lines like taking pictures. Oh my goodness, what's going on? The first thing he said was, okay, if anyone was in homicide, they would have been fired right there on the spot. It's like, but I asked, like, what happened? Like, he said, well, first of all, you don't expose the body. You have to cover it immediately. Second, you have to block it off, not 5 feet away, like more than 30, 50, up to 100 feet away, depending on the crime scene, because we don't want to infect the evidence. I was like, oh, shoot. Second, we wear booties and a suit now, like a hazmat suit with a mask, because, again, you don't want to contaminate the crime scene. And we don't have guys in a suit with a pen. Hey, let's move his head a bit. And, oh, my goodness, he got shot in the head. Huh? Well, how do you know? Well, there's bullet hole right here. And he's like, ugh. He says times have changed so much now. They have to wear like a special booties and like a hazmat suit with a mask, and they can go near the body. But homicide detectives can't go. There's another unit that gets there first before homicide. I forgot. Damn it! I just had the name. But anyway, there's a certain unit that comes in first. If it's a police officer, like a local unit, they're like, hey, blah 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 blah. They call it in, and next thing there's a first unit that comes in before homicide. They're the guys that take pictures and gather evidence. It's anything around like a gum wrapper, a cigarette butt. They put it on plastic bags, and they're wearing hazmat suits, and everything. I mean, they take pictures, ask questions. Then the homicide unit comes in. And these are the guys that pretty much you don't want to F with. You do not want to get in the way. They're doing an investigation. So that's how they do it. But he goes, no, in these stupid shows, homicide gets there first. And they're touching the body, moving the hand. It's like, what are you doing? You don't touch or move anything. The first thing they say is they just take pictures and they can move the body, but they have to take pictures first, how the body was positioned. And I was like, oh, okay. So if some guy comes in, hey, where do you picks up his head or his hand, you just contaminated the crime scene, right? Because the first thing they're going to say, wow, was his hand to the left? Was his fingers together? Okay, who moved the body? You cannot touch the body. Pictures are taken first. And then they do an outline. Oh, the chalk thing around the body, that's a Hollywood thing. That doesn't happen in real life, they said. So then they get the outline. They take pictures and now videos of everything, right? And then this unit that comes in first, they pretty much check the temperature of the body. How long was he there? They look at his feet. Those are the only, I forgot what the unit calls, damn it. But they're the guys that take pictures first. Then they can move the body after the pictures and videos are taken, because that way they know when they go to, hey, what happened? Well, this guy was in the fetal position when he was shot in the head. Really? Well, let's see the pictures. You see, this is what we saw when we came in. Okay. All right. So after all that, then homicide comes in, and homicide would be like, okay, what happened here? Well, detective, this is what happened, blah, 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 over a Big Mac that we're arguing, and who had bigger tits, some girl that was, I don't know, and it was like, oh, shoot. And he goes, homicide does not touch the body. They don't move things around. Second of all, you don't have a crime scene where the people are like 2 feet away from the body. No, they block the shit out of it. I'm talking about like 100 feet up to maybe more, depending on who's the commanding officer there. But they should know, And no reporters. Hey, detective, there's a body right behind you. What happened? And it's like, no, And I was like, oh, shoot. Yeah, they really have to stay away. And another commanding officer will answer all their questions. Like, what happened? Well, my detective unit's pretty much doing the investigation right now. We're just gathering the facts, what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And he said, I'm done. I was like, I can't watch this. This is so wrong in so many levels. I was like, wow. But your wife still watches them. It's like, man, she's an accountant, man. She doesn't know anything. She thinks she knows. It's like, oh, shoot. And then he was talking about the show FBI. Now, mind you, he's not federal. He's just a regular cop, detective, basically. So then he says, all right, let me watch FBI. Oh, my God. He goes, dude, within like the first 20 seconds, I said, I'm done. I can't watch this. Says, first of all, you don't have guys wearing like superhero outfits. And they do. I saw a couple episodes. I was like, why are they wearing black? Is something like, are they like X-Men these people up? It's like, Sag, if it's a major crime, everyone gets involved. Local law enforcement, CIA, FBI, like a terrorist bomb. I told them about the episode. That was it. That was an episode that I saw on CSI, NCIS, where there was a guy in a tent disarming a nuclear bomb. I was like, oh my God. And it's one guy. And he's in there talking, so far, in a tent of all places, a fucking tent. I was like, yeah, okay. I had to look that up online. How would you disarm a nuclear bomb? A scenario, hypothetical scenario. And they said, first of all, military units, not a regular bomb squad, like military guys that have knowledge of this. Number one, they would clear the area. Two, they would move the bomb the best way they know how, as far away as possible. Anywhere near, they don't want a whole town or city to be decimated. So they do their best. It's like a whole list of things. Like they don't disarm it right there on the spot like you see in movies. No. I was like, damn. It's the red wire, blue wire. He goes, an atomic bomb they have wires, but it's not what you think. It's an inner thing, not an outer thing. I was like, oh my God. So what you see in movies when they disarm a nuclear bomb isn't about just using a paper clip and wire clippers and a prayer. No, it's more involved. Oh my God, sorry about that. So I was laughing my ass off. Yeah, so because it was that episode of one guy and his partner disarming a nuclear bomb in a tent in the middle of a town or a city. One guy said that I read on the comments that even though that stuff is hypothetical, but in a way, he said they would probably attach it to a balloon and let it go midair, like let it explode in the sky. I was like, Or they would do their best to put it on a boat and take it as far away into the ocean as possible and probably detonate it, or inside a mountain and detonate it. I was like, damn. Yeah, but they don't disarm it in the middle of the street. Hey, guys, what's happening? Oh, my God, a nuclear bomb. What do we need? Well, I need a Phillips head, a paper clip, cheeseburger, and what else is there? Does anybody have a Bible? Yes. Okay, thank you. All right, let's do this. No. All right, hold on there. I think I got in here. Let me click this here and attach that there. No, wait a minute. Oh, I see what I did. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Wrong button. Oh, my God. I just don't like those shows. I'm sorry. There was a time I did watch Law and Order, the earlier seasons, and they were pretty good. There were some episodes I was like, damn, they could have made this into a movie. But yeah. I'm done watching those stupid shows. Oh my God. I had a little red bump on my nose, man. What I did was I didn't look it up online, but I remember watching an episode of The Pit where they poked a hole on some guy's foot and it just to relieve the swelling. And it was like, it wasn't the guy's, penis being erect. All right. Not that episode. It was an episode where this guy had some swelling on his foot and the doctor or one of the doctors comes in and grabs a little pin and he goes, what are you doing, doc? And he pokes a hole and all of a sudden it was like draining excessive fluid that was in there. And the guy said, oh, wow, I feel a little better. So, all right, even though I am not a doctor, but people say that I am, you know what I mean? I hate that everywhere I go. But I had a little bump, like a red bump forming on my nose, right? And the first thing I was like, wait a minute, is it a pimple or is it something that's forming into a pimple? Because it was starting to get a little sore. Like every time I like squinted my nose or blew my nose, I'm like, oh my God, this hurts. So what I did was, I remember that episode of The Pit. So I grabbed a mirror, grabbed a sewing needle, I heated it up, I put alcohol in it, I put alcohol in my nose, right? And then I had my Band-Aids, my little medical kit I had on my side just in case. So what I did was I kind of put the needle near the tip of my nose because that's where the red bump was. And I literally gave it like a quick jab. Now it pinched, right? It didn't hurt, but I gave it a little poke. Boop, and all of a sudden I saw the blood starting to trickle out, like little woo woo woo, like little drippy drips. And then I was like, and then I see like the redness slowly going away. So I was like, all right, let me poke another little, give yourself a little jabby poo. And I did, gave myself another little jab, quick, and more blood started to come out on that one. It wasn't like a flow. It's like a little like, like you get a cut when you're shaving, that kind of bleeding. Next thing you know, I see my nose, and it kind of like the swelling was a little down, like the pain was going away. I was like, oh wow. I guess it was like the blood building up, or like some type of pain. I don't know, but I had to make sure like the needle was sterilized. Like I used a little, grabbing my lighter, right? Then I grabbed rubbing alcohol, and then all of a sudden I was like, all right, let's do this, and boop, 1, 2, and boop, and then another 3. I booped myself. That's right. That's what I did. I boop you, and I see like the swelling on my nose, like the redness. It's not gone away. It's there. It's still there, but it wasn't like Rudolph, guiding someone's sleigh. No, it was a little bit down. The redness was a little faded. I was like, oh, wow. I guess I relieved the pressure. That's what I did. I am a doctor now. I am the pit. No, but anyway, listen. I'm not recommending anyone to do this. But I did it because I just listen, my nose wasn't growing, all right? If anyone's wondering, no, it wasn't growing. It was just becoming a little red. I was like, oh my God. And then like I said, I would rub my nose, scratching my nose, it would hurt. I would blow my nose. I felt like this little pain. I was like, damn it. And any of my glasses, I would wear my glasses. I'm not saying it was like it's the tip of my nose, but it was just like this little pain. I'm like, damn it. And that's when I got fed up. I was like, all right, I remember that episode to pick. Let me get a pin. There's my rubbing alcohol. Where's my lighter? Okay, and that's what I did. Lighted it up, grabbed my rubbing alcohol, put something on my nose. Then had my little medical kit with my band-aids and my ointments, whatever, right? And on one poke, 2 pokes, and a little bit of blood was a little gushed out. I was like, wow, I feel a little better, no pressure on my nose. I was like, and then I looked it up online, actual medical facts about that. It is what it is. It's a pimple. Basically, what it is, it's a pimple forming. So I'm not going to get into details of the complications of that, but how a pimple forms. But it was a pimple growing on the tip of my nose, but it wasn't like showing a whitehead. And I was like, oh, but damn it, man, this thing was hurting. In Spanish, we call it a cubamba. That's what we call a cubamba. That's like a bump on someone's face. It's like a red bump, but it slowly goes away on its own. But I didn't have time for it to let it go on its own. It was a little like bothering me because I would do things on the tip of my nose that would hurt. And like saying, one little poke there, one little poke, and a little drippy drips. And I was like, I noticed the difference. I was like, wow, it hurts not as much as it did. Looks the redness slowly kind of go away, but it's a little there, not as red as it was before, And I was like, wow, okay. I guess, like I said, I probably relieved the pressure. And so if anybody has a bump and needs me, give me a call. Yeah, I'll do it for you. Wait, do I have? Let me see here. Taunt. Oh my God. Yeah, probably was. Yeah. But now I consider myself a doctor. Yes. Sip
it.
Oh my God. Screw you, asshole. All right. Oh my God. Oh man. So this, like I said, I'm doing my podcast a little early. So let's see. I talked about Invincible. I talked about Daredevil. I talked about the bump on my nose that I poke. How today is going to be really nice. Baseball season begins. I'm real excited for that. Oh no. Wait a minute. I don't have any baseball sound effects. Wait a minute. I do. Hold up. I'm looking. I am trying to find it. Nothing. Damn it. I don't have any baseball. All I got is basketball. I got football. I got soccer. No, they don't use whistles in baseball. And no tennis sound effects either. You got to be effing kidding me. Oh my God. Let me see if I can get on this. I'm on this thing called Ubatuba. Ubatuba. All right. The other guy. It's 9:15. There we go. I got it. Now, this is a sound effect that I'm trying to save up that I can use. All right. This is the one from the other guys. Watch, listen. Oh, great. They're going to play a promo first.
9:15. Let's have a great day, everybody.
Cut the shit.
I'm going to use that one. Probably in the ending. All right, let's do it one more time. Now, this is what I'm going to use. Watch.
$9:15. Let's have a great day, everybody.
Cut the shit.
So anyway. Oh my God. So
Rush order tees.
Oh, wait a minute. What the hell? Dude, I should have stopped this. All right, let me go back to my soundboard effects. Here you go. If this is the one, no, that's not the right one. Okay, there it is. I push this button. Hello. There we go. That's what I wanted. I have no baseball sound effects. Damn it. All right, let me see if I can find it up here. Hold on. Basie bull. Basie bull. Nope. Let me try ball. 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 Oh my God. I said ball, not cymbals. Jeez, man, this sucks, dude. Anyway, baseball season starts today. 162 games. It's opening season. And today's going to be related. The Phillies are playing. The Yankees are playing. All these great teams are playing something. I don't know if any of them are playing today. A number of them are playing today. Some of them start tomorrow. My jaw. My God. Oh, man. But I have no baseball sound effects. Are you kidding me, dude? That means I have to download them? This sucks, man. Oh, God. Anyways, I saved some stuff to talk about. So let me go here. If I decide to, I'll probably go on let me see. You awake? There you go. I'm just texting some people right now. All right, so now what I'm going to do is this. I am going to get on this thing called the internet. So already okay. Someone said, have fun. Let me see. Have fun. Somebody's texting me. I'm sorry, people. Let me know if all is okay. Be safe. And now I send a real kissy poo. Okay, there we go. All right. So I was on this thing called the internet. And they were talking about like the top jokers. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. I'm about to punch this thing ever so hard, and I don't want to. All right. So on this thing, it says, who is your favorite big screen version of Batman's greatest villain, the Joker? Now there's 9. Can you believe that? And one of them is an animated, not a reality. So, the top Jokers on screen and in movies. So, I was reading this article, and it was these people that were like, oh, okay. So, what I'm going to do is, wait, there's 7 or 9. What the hell? Okay, hold on. 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s. Okay, wow. All right. It doesn't give the number of the Jokers, just gives something CB de Booba. Oh my God. All right, here we go. So the Joker's been around since the late days of the Batman when it first happened. It is Batman's rivalry, kind of like Hulk and Wolverine and some other bad villains from DC to Marvel. Everyone knows as an arch villain, right? They have to have one. They need the storyline to continue. They need someone that's humorous or vicious, you know. And it's like James Bond had his evil, rivalries and stuff. So I read this article, and so many of fans that are like, again, when you go to these conventions and comic book conventions, you have these people dressed as their favorite character, like the number one character that they can relate to and that they have fun with all the time, like the Batmans, the Supermans, the Spider-Mans. So it's like, okay, you know, but it's very rare that you see that one person dressed as their favorite evil villain, right? Of course, you have your Darth Vaders, and then you have the Lex Luthors, the Thanos, but and then you have the Joker, a classic villain, is pretty much Batman wants to beat up, wants to kill, but he can never keep him in prison because he always has a way out. He knows how to manipulate people. So, the 7 of the best Jokers ever made in the history of DC, from television to movies, I got them right here. So, number 7 is Joaquin Phoenix in the modern version of the Joker, which was okay. The first one was good. The second one really sucked donkey balls. Yeah, I said it. And as a matter of fact, where's my donkey ball sound? Donkey, it sucked donkey balls. There you go. I'm talking about the second Joker, not the first one. The first one was classic, very well done, very artsy. He was like building his way up to being evil. And yeah, his dissension into this mad wrath of society, people, the world. Yeah, it was building and building fast. How he was lied to, how people screwed him over, how the system was bringing him down, and next thing you know, he gets his revenge. Number 6, Cesar Romero. This was like in the 60s, and Cesar Romero was a great actor. But he didn't want to shave off his mustache, so they trimmed it up so they could put the makeup over it. But he did a good job. He did a great job of the Joker, wearing the purple suit, having the green hair, and the red lips. And I guess you could say this was like his G version, not the PG version of the Joker. It was his performance was really good. The evil laugh, the jumping up and down, the hysterics. It was like, okay, all right. So to this day, he's well admired as the character of the Joker. Number 6, Cesar Romero. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Number 5. Oh my God. I'm so glad I'm wearing my glasses too. All right. Number 5, Jared Leto. He was the worst Joker. I'll say it. I didn't like this version of him. When they did the Zack Snyder's Justice League, it kind of looked like much better, calmer Joker. This one was like, I don't know, over exceeding his madness, like the guns, the knives, the drugs. I was like, wait a minute, you're making him like a drug lord. That's what they were doing. So I was like, ah. And then only day, showing his hair. He was like wearing nice suits and the busted teeth. I was like, nope. I didn't like that Joker. So I agree. He was the worst Joker ever. So again, number 7, Joaquin Phoenix, the best modern version. Number 6, the Cesar Romero parody. Number 5, Jared Leto, the worst Joker ever. And number 4, Cameron Monaghan. Now, he was a calmer version of the Joker and very well written. His performance, his delivery was like, wow. Okay, they're going in a different direction with this Joker. You know, now most Jokers you see, they're like angry. Like, he gets mad. He wants to be ooh, the Batman. You know what I mean? No, his version was like, yeah, well, Batman, you want to come after me? Please do. Like that calm delivery of like he's going to get his, like a mind trick. Like he wouldn't use his words to bring down somebody. He would just let it happen. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Number 3, Mark Hamill, most comic lore accurate. And I agree 1,000,000,000% on that. Mark Hamill's voice as the Joker in the animated version is superb by every means. Number 1, the evilness, the delivery, the haunting direction that he would give in how the Joker would really act. Like how he would get his way in a way where it's like you don't regret working with him. You regret hanging out with him. Oh, it's the Batman. There is a video of him when they were interviewing him at this comic book convention where he was speaking as the Joker. Really cool and awesome for him to do that. Well, I would like to know if the Batman would enter. I was like, damn, you go ahead, Mark. My man delivered. Number 2, Heath Ledger. Generalization or generally live action version and one of the most memorable performances. Yes, he did win an Oscar. And this performance, even though in the movie he improvised a lot, he was in many ways oh my god, was beyond how the Joker is. Calm, cool, always have a plan. And like I'm always smiling. You know how I got these scars? And then when he used the pool stick and you know what I'm gonna have? Tryouts. Yeah. Make it fast. Yeah. I was like, whoa. You know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker. I was like, damn. It's sad that Heath Ledger overdosed and died of drugs, and he won an Oscar for his performance. Like his father was up there accepting his award. To me, had the man been alive, he probably would have been in all 3 Christopher Nolan's version of the Batman. But it was memorable. He was funny. He had a evil sense of humor that was vicious, but it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Like he had a point of why he was doing this. To make everyone understand, hey everybody, I'm not a bad guy. I'm just gonna make sure I just want everyone to be incinerated and sent to ashes because I am tired of society. Like, damn. Like he just didn't care. He was the devil, basically. He was just an evil man that's didn't care about money, didn't care about, people that were loyal to him. He didn't care about anything. He didn't give a shit about the law. He didn't care about consequences. He was like, no, what I'm doing is I'm sending a message to let everyone know that I'm tired of them living. You know what I mean? I was like, damn. Yeah, that wasn't a joke. What the hell, man? I hit that button by accident. But yeah, it's a shame that, when he passed away and he won an Oscar for his performance as the Joker, everyone was thinking, what had he been alive today? To be quite honest with you, yes, he probably would have been in all 3 Christopher Nolan movies had he been alive. Because remember, in The Dark Knight, Batman didn't kill him. He just left there hanging. It's you, Because Batman at the time wanted to see someone like that, die in jail. Oh my god. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, memorable lines, funny, evil, especially when he did the guy with the pen. And I was like, damn, watch me make this pencil disappear. Boom, ta-da! I was like, damn. And number one is Jack Nicholson. Now, here's what we do with the flip of a coin, right? Jack Nicholson did a phenomenal job. Colossal, let's put it that way. His best performance ever of an evil character. Again, same thing. He didn't care, He was like, no, I wanted to destroy the whole city of Gotham. All right, we'll leave it at that. I mean, that's what they said. They said number one is Jack Nicholson, and number two is Heath Ledger. This is like a flip of a coin, basically. So for those that are like, you know what? All right, we'll let it be. It's God. Okay, me personally, the best performance, Heath Ledger. The worst one, Jared Leto. There, leave it at that. And if they do make another Batman movie, whatever, just find a better version of the Joker. That's it, man. When they overstand their values, it's like what the Joker is and how he thinks. It's like, no, don't do that. I'll probably get on TikTok live for like a few minutes. Hold on here. There we go. All right, I'm live. Here we go. I'll just say hi there, hey there, ho there to people. Hey, the bread bump is really like gone down. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I just pinched my nose and my nose is like, oh my God, I can breathe. Oh, there's like this no brightness on the tip of my nose. All right. But anyway. So it's Thursday. Today's going to be 77 degrees, 75, 74. I have no idea. I'll go up and down this, but I'm real excited. But I'm not planning to do my yard work yet. I was talking about this to one of my coworkers, Keith, who is one of the coolest dudes ever, man. But if people are like, I hate those people that try to become friends with him. You don't do that. You just be nice to him. Have a good conversation. But anyway, I was telling him how like I'm doing my spring cleaning, right? And I think I started doing it on, I can't remember, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I have no idea. But anyway. So I'm thinking, yeah, I got everything done. I got everything to throw out. And then, hold on, my glasses are sliding down. There we go. And I had a lot of this junk, and I managed to take out what I can, And then I had this broom, and I went downstairs to the basement, and it just hit me really hard. I was like, no.
Get her done.
I know.
Don't panic.
I don't want to panic. I just want to start cleaning up. It was like 10 o'clock in the evening. I think it was on a Monday or Tuesday. And I just said, you know what? I don't want it. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed, man. Screw this, dude. I'll clean it up at another time. That's what I'll do. Because I was so exhausted. I was so tired. And there's like a tear streaming down my face. Like, I'm going through much. And I don't want to hear anybody that you see in those commercials, junk.com. You can sell your stuff, take a picture and sell it. What if it doesn't sell? Right? What if nobody takes it? And next thing you know, I'm stuck with garbage still in my house. I tell people, I put it out in my front yard. Here, take it. It's for free. I don't want it in my house. I'm done with it. I haven't worn it in 5 years. I haven't, whatever, this, that, and the other thing. I haven't done it for years. I'm just collecting junk, and it's taking up space. And I don't want that, not even in my house. So what I do is I just pretty much, some of it I put in a box. The rest I just have it exposed. So when whoever drives by can just take it. Take it. Take it. And it makes me so happy when it's gone. Like a happy kazoo. Happy kazoo, people. Yeah. Happy kazoo! Everybody dance with me! Why? It's a happy kazoo! One more time! Yeah!
Gross.
Yeah, oh, shoot that guy! There we go. Anyway, so I managed to grab all the junk that I got, percentage of it, and I put it out in my front yard. And then, like 10 to 15 minutes later, it's gone. Poof. Take it, go with it, go with God, you know? And I was happy that it's not in my house anymore. I don't have to see it anymore. I see space. I'm like, oh, you mean I had a corner there the whole time? You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God. Because sometimes I see these people and they show like their videos and they post it on TikTok. Not to put them down, but the first thing I say is, how much junk do you have in your living room? You know what I mean? Like, why would you just not organize and make space? They had this one woman doing a video. Again, I'm not insulting or putting down. I'm not. I'm just saying, listen, I am the type of guy that likes space. I need space. If I have garbage and junk taking it up, it's going to get me mad because I'm like, okay, what if I need to put this here and all this garbage is there? So I remember like a great example in the corner of my house is where I hang my coats. Okay. And I put my coats away when I see like the first day, it's 75 degrees, that's when I start putting my coats away. Right. So I had my coats, and then in the corner was my mom's old medical equipment, oxygen tank, some tubes, and it was there in the corner for like 2 years. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm looking at it every day. I would walk by and see it there. So what I did was I told my brother, say, listen, I'm going to grab, I can't throw it away because it still belongs to a hospital. So, to claim it, for them to get it back, it was the dumbest process ever. So it hasn't been touched. It was collecting dust. They were in boxes. Some of them weren't. So I just said, you know what? I'm the only one's going to do something. So I grabbed it and I started taking one item at a time to the basement. Her oxygen tank, her oxygen tubes, and they had this monitor. It was on a laptop. You have to monitor her breathing, and I was like, okay, this is dumb. But anyway, so I grabbed everything and I started putting it in the basement. And all of a sudden, the first thing I said was, oh my God, I got a corner in my house. But it was another sucky thing. You want to talk about 2 years of not cleaning that spot? I was like, oh man. It was like all this garbage piling up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was like, come on, man. Yeah. And yeah. It first thing I did was I grabbed the scrubber, I grabbed the spray, I was scrubbing it all there. And the soap turned like this dark black. I was like, oh my God, that's how much dirt it was building up. And it must have been like sand, gravel, dirt. I have no idea. But I started vacuuming and then I started wiping. And now it looks much better in the corner. I was like, yes. I could see the corner. I could see. But the one thing, I had space now. I was like, I'm not leaning over. I'm not going around it. I'm right where the garbage is. And I was relieved that it was gone. I was like, oh, thank God. And I started doing that to other places around the house. I don't know, man. Listen, you live how you want to live. Me personally, I need organization. I need space. If I have like stacks of papers, I need to have it filed and some to stay, some to go away. But when I see these people on TikTok and their homes, I'm like, wow. You mean you have papers on top of the copy machine? Okay. All right. And you have coffee grounds all over the coffee maker. All right. Somebody misses every morning, like I said, I just want to have ways where it's clean, noticeable. People can enjoy the atmosphere because it smells good. It's visually, appropriate and clean. Oh my god! But some people, listen, again, I am not putting them down, so I don't want anybody coming back to me saying, "Dude, what do you mean? I live like a garbage guy. I got dead animals in my yard. I got a transmission engine in my kitchen." I'm like, really? Okay, dude, live how you want to live, right? Me personally, I'm like, nah. Hold on, let me get off there. Oh, good lord, man. To each their own, you know. Like right now, I'm starting my spring cleaning and I'm just throwing stuff away. Snowboard, this bike parts. I was like, oh my goodness, man. God. If I had the money, I would remodel my whole basement and make it look like an actual, place to go down and have fun. Ugh. Or take a flamethrower at everything. There we go. Everything is burned. All that garbage is gone. Look at that. Now light my cigar in victory. Oh my God. It's going on. What the hell? Jesus, man. That was long. Holy crap. I must have left that button down for quite a while. All right. Let's do this again.
Obscure scene, take 2.
Action.
Okay. Left side. All right. Anyway. Oh, man. Mike Epps had a joke that was so funny. He had a joke where you ever walked inside someone's house and you look to your left or your right and there's a case of water. He said, why do you people do that? Are you expect, hey, well, we're not going to offer you water, but you can take it as soon as you walk in. That's our way of saying, welcome, come in, please. Yeah. I was like, all right. Yeah, because it has happened. I would, except some of the houses I would walk into, it would be like a Gatorade case. It's like, damn, am I that parched just to walk into your house? I was like, how much fluid do I need to walk into your living room? Oh my God. Again, people's houses, you live how you want to live. All right. Me personally, I just like things nice and neat, organized to know where everything is at, and to have it in ways where I don't feel like icky and urgy, like, oh my God, I got to get rid of this. I don't want this. Yeah. If I see, like, so far, the corner of my house was like the first step of really throwing things out, really making things clean, enjoyable, and just smells better. Like I said, the corner of that house where I had all this I wouldn't say excessive garbage, but this amount of junk that was there. And I managed to just say, you know what? I'm gonna do something about it now. I'm tired of walking through it, walking away from it, turning the other head. Oh, I'm tired. But next thing you know, okay, I don't know if it's a conscience or some type of entity or some force in the galaxy or in the universe where it's like, don't clean that corner up. Let it be. One day I was like, no, I am cleaning it up and I'm doing it right now. And that's what I did. I grabbed the box, put all the oxygen stuff and these stethoscope and this little laptop stuff they gave us to monitor my mom's heartbeat, breathing thing, and blood levels. I was like, you know what? I don't need it. I don't want it. And when I try to give it back to the hospital, no, hold it on to it. You might need it. It's like, no, we're not keeping this damn thing. So what I did was I put some in the box, put it in the basement, and the one scary thing was the oxygen tank. It was not going, excuse me. It was not going to go near the heater. I had to put it as the far in the corner of my house, in the basement, where it was nice and cool all the time, and make sure it wasn't even near the heater. So I don't want no explosion in my house. Technically, these are secure ones, like the ones you don't. I really wanted to do that in Jaws, like grab an M. Gorant rifle and shoot at the oxygen tank. Even though MythBusters pretty much busted that, in reality, it's just just steam escaping if you punch a hole into it. But in reality, yeah, if you light a match and it will explode and you will get killed because of the shrapnel. So yeah, it's in the far corner of my house, and I was like, all right, that's where it's safe because it's always cool in that corner. How I don't know why it's always cool. I think that's part where the water goes through. I have no idea, man. But I don't know. But all these people holding on to the things they don't want to throw away, just do it. You know what I mean? There are people in the world that need clothes and need hats and whatever, shoes, and they don't have the money to afford it. They go to a Goodwill, they see a pair of shoes that was really good looking for $5, you know. But besides all that, you want to make space, you want to throw away stuff, step up, do it. You won't regret it, but at least you'll have enough space to put more of your water and Gatorade into that new corner where you took down the medical stuff. No, I don't do that. Everything goes on a shelf in my house, all right? That way I know where I see it, I know where it is, and know where to get it, man. But spring cleaning is here, baseball season here, and another new episode of the Jerry Torres program. And I'd like to thank everybody for coming on and listening. As you all well know, ladies and gentlemen, I am an accomplished author. I have written a book entitled Chinese Food for Breakfast. You can find my book either on lulu.com, that is Lulu, or on Amazon Kindle. And it's an ebook. You could download the book, read the book anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or your laptop. And the book is only $4, people. So you're really not going to be breaking the bank. So download the book today and enjoy a good read. Also, listen to my good friend Latisse Mitchell's podcast show, Tice Talk. She's in the works of making a comeback. Hold on, man. Oh, my God. I put this here. I got to. Oh, my God. I'm charging something here. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry, Latisse. Give me a second, buddy. Oh, no. No. Okay, perfect. Also, listen to my good friend Latisse Mitchell's podcast show, Tice Talk. You can find her previous podcast shows on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. Her podcast shows about fun, life, family. She talks about it on her podcast. It is hysterical. She also talks about it on her stage. She's one of the most hysterical, funny female comics I've ever worked with. And thanks to her, she got me in podcasts and some comedy shows. I'm trying to do the same for her. But if you're interested, listen to Latisse Mitchell's podcast show, Tice Talk. She's in the works of making a comeback, and I cannot wait to listen to her new episodes. So listen to Latisse Mitchell's Tice Talk.
In your face.
Tice Talk with Latisse Mitchell.
Get wrecked.
Tice Talk.
Real bad.
Tice.
Sunday.
Also, listen to Gordo B's new album. His new songs are up right now. Gordo B is one of the up-and-coming hip-hop artists right now, and he's planning his tour. He's really looking forward to doing it. If you can find Gordo B, go on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. Go on Instagram, download his new music that's up right now. Listen to his music, and in a way, his music I compare it to De La Soul, Diggable Planets, and A Tribe Called Quest. It's that smooth delivery, the smooth background of his music, the lyrics, you can understand what the hell he's saying, but it's the type of music that we need and we need to listen to. Just put your headsets on and just bop your head and just have a good time. So find Gordo B, again, on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. And Gordo B is spelled Gordo, big letter B. Also, listen to Funky Times. They are a great band that mix up with jazz, funk, rock. You can find them on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. They know how to make music and make music right. If you're interested in hiring them for an event, send them an email, work things out with them, and you won't regret it. Because speaking of Funky Times, I use their music to close my podcast. In a 3, 2, and a 1. Ah, damn it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another edition episode of the Jerry Torres program. As I always say towards the end of my podcast, whatever religious figure you believe in, may you be blessed. I bid you all a fondue. I'll be back. So I ask you all, please don't go changing. I'm a gone, get a gone, and bye.
Powered by Riverside.
Powered by Riverside FM.
And now for the disclaimer.
Limited time offer. No purchase necessary. Offer valid at participating locations. Void where prohibited. No animals were harmed during the production of this soundboard. Subject to change without notice. Side effects include dry mouth, occasional pig snort or two, sore stomach, teary eyes, achy jaws, and whatever tingles well. Laughing heart.
You've just heard the Jerry Torres program on Spotify, YouTube Music, and on Riverside FM. Plus, listen to him in other podcast affiliates. And subscribe to the Jerry Torres program on Spotify. And remember, boys and girls, that the Jerry Torres program has been known to bring magic into your heart, mind, and soul.